Well, I was thinking about if I was an Oreo cookie, which kind of Oreo cookie would I be? And looking through all the different flavors, there's a lot of new flavors. Some of them look absolutely disgusting. I saw one the other day that was like the cream was supposed to be like this, like sour, or like I don't know, it looked nasty. But anyway, I found one that I think probably would describe me pretty well. This is a chocolate peanut butter pie Oreo. I think that probably fits me pretty well. That's the kind of Oreo that I am. And so listen up for some sage advice from a chocolate peanut butter pie Oreo. If victimhood was a stock, it would be plummeting right now because people have just flooded the market with it. Just a little piece of advice. Honestly, I know that victimhood is a currency right now. Like you can get a lot of play, you can get a lot of attention for being a victim, and people will feel bad for you and stuff like that. But look, guys, don't play that game. Don't play that game. No one will ever respect someone who is a perpetual victim, who wants to project this image of them always being victimized, always being the poor victim. Nobody will respect you. They'll feel bad for you. They'll look down on you, but they won't ever respect you. And so here's the thing. Look, you can look at life in a bunch of different ways, but one way that's just so pathetic, it's just absolutely off-putting, is to try to pretend to be this victim. This is what I'm talking about. So this is the other day, March 1st. This was Friday. Somebody was saying how some people will tell other black people that they're not really black because they think white, and what that usually means is that they're either conservative or they don't agree with the whole white privilege narrative or whatever it is. And here's Dr. Anthony Bradley. This is one of these perpetual victim types. He always, for some reason, he's just got this fetish for projecting this image of him being a victim. I don't get it. It's really sad. Anyway, he says, quote someone who said that. Reading into someone's speech is not that reading that into someone's speech not actually said is bearing false witness. So he's basically saying that nobody really says this. Quote one person. This is the challenge. Quote one person who said that you're not really black if you think a certain way. And I saw this, and it took me 2 seconds to pull up a video that I did about Dr. Eric Mason. And basically, this is the famous clip, and I want Dr. Eric Mason to be famous for this because he needs to repent of his wickedness, and I mean that wickedness. Dr. Eric Mason is promoting wickedness. This is the quote where he says that multicultural ethnicity diversity isn't happening at your church because you only hire people that are black on the outside but Angloid on the inside. Angloid is a racial term. It's pejorative. It's attempting to present whiteness as sort of a deficiency or like some kind of a disease that you catch or something like that. And that's what he's saying here. He's saying that these people aren't really black. They might look black, but on the inside they're an Angloid. No, so there it is. Challenge met. And I got some pushback from a few people about that not really meeting the challenge, how Dr. Eric Mason really wasn't saying that they weren't really black on the inside. Obviously he was. I mean, I don't even go into that. It's just preposterous. But actually, the next day, clearly Dr. Anthony Bradley read this because he quoted this the next day. And he said, let me see if I can find it here. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the perpetual victim. This is just so pathetic. It's just like very, very sad. Listen to what he posted. So he admits that I've met the challenge. He says, how come Eric Mason can talk about black evangelical guys who are black on the outside and Angloid on the inside, and the Gospel Coalition posts the video, but when I said that some white evangelicals want Oreos, Twitter calls me racist? Explain. Ha ha. So this is him trying to get some of that currency, right? Trying to get some of that victimhood currency. See, Anthony Bradley is even a victim in the woke movement because Gospel Coalition promotes Dr. Eric Mason and his racism, but they won't promote Anthony Bradley for his racism. So that he's clearly a victim. And this is all a preposterous lie anyway, because obviously Gospel Coalition would promote this Anthony Bradley. Nobody is saying that. So I'd present you a challenge. You challenged us with name one person who said something like this. Well, I challenge you. Name one person who criticized you for your Oreo comment that didn't criticize Dr. Eric Mason for his Angloid comment. Name one person. I bet you won't be able to find one. I bet you won't be able to find one. And if you did, it's probably because they don't know what Dr. Eric Mason said. Once they did, they would definitely criticize that, because what he said was way worse than what you said. There's no question about that, Dr. Anthony Bradley. But why do you feel this need to present yourself as this victim? You're even victimized by the Gospel Coalition. Are you serious? That's sad, man. You got to get over that. No, nobody will ever respect you for doing this. No one will ever respect you for, oh, poor me. Look, the Gospel Coalition is oppressing me too, even though I'm part of the woke movement. Like, it's just so sad. It's very sad. Anyway, then the next day, this is today, actually, this morning. Early in the morning, he woke up and started tweeting about white privilege. And again, this is here's some sage advice from a peanut butter chocolate pie Oreo. That's me. Anyway, he says this: white privilege equals whites have the privilege of avoiding issues that black face. For example, name a white professor at RTS, Westminster, TEDS, Gordon Cromwell, or SBC Seminary, or any evangelical college that's been racially attacked for 7 years with websites like this. And he puts a website about, I don't know. I didn't click it because I don't care. I'm just going to assume that this website is calling him like the N-word, saying that he's a bad teacher because he's black. I'm just going to assume that all of that is true. I don't care if it's true or not, because it really doesn't make a difference to my point. But here's the thing. So here he is again, trying to get some of that sweet victimhood currency. Now here, I'm a victim. Look at me. I'm being racially attacked. Now let me just break this down for a second for you. Do you think that any person that denies this idea of white privilege and how it's spun by woke church, because I think most people agree that there is sort of advantages to being part of a majority culture in any culture. It's not just white privilege, it's any majority culture, right? That's obvious. I don't think anyone would deny that. But do you think that any single person who would be on my side of this issue would say, oh, yeah, whites don't have white privilege because whites are criticized for being black too? They're racially attacked. Whites are racially attacked for being black. No, obviously not. That's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about. So this whole idea is like, see, I've been racially attacked, therefore my life is difficult. Like, dude, do you understand, Dr. Anthony Bradley, that almost every Christian leader is attacked for something? I mean, there are websites set up about Doug Wilson. There are websites set up about James White. There are websites set up about all these people that would be on the other side of this issue. And yeah, maybe they're not called the N-word. Shock of all shocks. Maybe they're not called the N-word. Maybe they're not attacked racially, but they are attacked. This is not special to you, Dr. Bradley. Like, I just don't get it. Like, why do you put this forward? Like, oh, poor me. I'm the biggest one that's being attacked, and everyone else has it so easy. You just got to get over that, man. Grow up. Guess what? Some people ain't gonna like you, and some people ain't gonna like you because of what you say, and some people ain't gonna like you because of your skin color. And guess what? Who cares? Some people don't like me. Some people don't like me for what I say. Some people don't like me for what I say and my skin color. And guess what? I don't care. Jimmy crack corn, and I don't care. You know what I mean? What I care about is what I'm saying true, and am I helping people with what I'm saying? That's what I care about. Does God like what I have to say? Does God like my skin color? What do I care if somebody calls me a racial term? You know how many racial words have been used against me? Typically, honestly, I cannot remember a single time a conservative called me anything racist. Liberals call me racist terms all the time. Did you think that I sit in my office and try to get some of that sweet victimhood currency? Come on, man. Nobody will respect you, Dr. Bradley, if you keep doing this kind of stuff. Nobody likes a whiner. Nobody likes a complainer. Nobody likes someone who's always looking for a way to be the victim. Nobody likes that. Look, if this is what you're talking about regarding white privilege, I mean, it's really not that big a deal. Okay, so you get called the N-word, but all these other people get called heretic, racist, things like that. And that's the other thing. Look, white people do get racially attacked all the time. All the time. And you know what? The reason why you don't understand it, and the reason why you don't think it's a big deal that white people get racially attacked all the time, like Dr. Eric Mason attacked white people racially in that video that you posted by making Angloid seem like some kind of a disease. That's a racial attack. That's a racial attack. Look, if you're black on the outside, or if you're Latino on the outside, but on the inside you're an Angloid, you have a deficiency, because Angloid is a deficiency. That's a racial attack. And you know why you don't see it as a big deal? Because white people typically, except the alt-right, white people typically just say, Jimmy crack corn, and I don't care. Except the alt-right. They're starting to buy into this victimhood culture. They're starting to get some of that sweet, sweet victimhood currency, and that's why they're growing. It's because of your presuppositions, Dr. Anthony Bradley. Because when you make victimhood a currency, white people want to get in on that too. And that's why they're growing. That's why they're growing. They're starting to grievance hustle just like you. They're starting to grievance hustle, and they're growing. White people are starting to say, yeah, you know what? I'm portrayed negatively in all kinds of commercials and videos and movies and things like that. That's something that the alt-right worries about. The easiest way to keep perpetuating that is to keep trying to get that sweet, sweet victimhood currency yourself. Anyway, listen, if this video has been a little more scattered than some of my other videos, that's probably because I came out of ketosis for the first time in 8 months yesterday. But it was good, man. I had some chips, I had some pizza, I had a pulled pork sandwich, but today I'm a little bit foggy. So I hope this video was helpful. I'm back on the ketosis wagon today. God bless. The sad thing, because you know when everyone's trying to outcompete each other for being a victim, you know, we've got certain people that are competing. Oh, I'm a victim. Look, there are real victims out there. That's the thing. Like, there are real victims out there, and when you flood the market with this bogus, phony, baloney victimhood, oh my goodness, somebody made a website about me and they called me a bad name. I can't believe it. Like, it's just it's like the boy who cried wolf. And the real victims out there who have actual real victimization, everyone looks at them with suspicion, because look, this dude's telling me he's a victim because someone made a mean website about him. My goodness, and now the alt-right, oh, I'm a victim too, the movies are portraying me evil, blah, blah, blah. It's just a real shame, because there are real victims, there are real oppressed people out there, and this ain't it. This ain't it.